Uh-oh, I had myself on mute there. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's interview spotlight on autism. Hey, Teresa, how are you? Let me get myself together here. So, this evening, we're talking autism, adulthood, and advocacy with Delores and her son, Mikale. Did I say his name right? Mikale.
Mikale, yes.
Sharing their journey and mission behind and sharing their journey and mission behind advocating for autism. So welcome, Delores. So
Thank you.
we're gonna start out by um I'm gonna start out by asking you, tell us a little bit about Delores.
Okay. Well, I'm Delores. I'm a mother of three children. Mikale is my youngest. He is the one that has autism. But I recently graduated with my bachelor's 2 years ago. And I've just been on this journey for quite a while. Mikale was diagnosed at 3. And that was the first time I had heard of autism. I didn't know anything about it. One thing that was hurtful, though, when I did have him diagnosed from the regional center, was that they told me to put him in a home, that I would not be able to take care of a child that had autism. And
Ah,
that was what they recommended for me to do for Mikhail.
really?
And yes, and on this journey, I've met other parents as well that have also heard that
Mm,
from the clinical psychologists that had their child
mm.
diagnosed with autism, which is just heartbreaking to
It
me.
is.
I'm glad I did not listen though. He's 31 and he's doing very well.
Handsome young man.
Thank you so much.
Uh-oh. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Yeah, handsome young man. So you say he was diagnosed at the age of 3.
Yes.
Um, what was that immediate moment like? First of all, had you ever heard of autism before the diagnosis? And what
No.
was the feeling? What were your thoughts? What was going through your mind?
I did not know about autism. I hadn't even heard of autism. So as soon as I received the diagnosis from the regional center, I immediately started doing research and it was like a light bulb went off. All of the things that I saw symptoms wise, he was experiencing. I'm not speaking. He had like obsessive compulsive disorder. He had to have everything lined up. He screamed a lot. He banged his head a lot. He had a lot of self injury behaviors
Mm,
as far as scratching his skin till it bled. So once I saw the symptoms and I really truly believe that was what he was, diagnosed with, I immediately started looking at treatments for him. But I had never heard of autism. I did not know what it was. So I immediately started reading books, doing a lot of research, um, and just trying to find out as much as I possibly could to help myself and more so Mikhail.
okay. Um, so you described some of the challenges. What about school? Did you have any uh, problems getting him in the school that time? Any challenges in that area?
No, actually, it was a pretty easy process. The regional center did refer me to the school district where he attended a special day program.
Okay.
His first class maybe consisted of about 8 to 10 children. They all had autism. And
Okay.
so that was my first introduction. He did go to public school from kindergarten all the way until he was 18.
Okay.
While he was in school, I did have to file several complaints against the school because they were not complying with what was in his IEP.
Mhm.
I found out that he had missed about a year of speech therapy. And
Wow.
so I had to file a complaint with the Department of Education here in California, is where we
Okay.
reside.
Yeah.
And I won the case. and they had to reimburse all of those missed hours at a speech facility that I was able to choose for him.
Okay, good. Yeah, I had that issue too. I've
Oh,
had
really?
some, yeah, with the speech therapy, actually recently, but
Oh,
they got
no.
it together so far. I just have to
Great.
keep my eye on them.
Yes, I think that's one of the challenges a lot of us parents face. You
Hmm.
think that the school district is going to do the best for your child, but you some
Right.
find out that a lot of people are there for just a paycheck, not really there for the care or support for the children. And so that was kind of frustrating. He
Hmm.
did graduate from high school with his certificate of completion.
Hmm.
And then when he graduated from 18 to 22, he went into another program that basically taught them life skills and things like that.
Okay. Yeah, DeAndre also. So you said certificate of completion. Can you let
Yes.
everyone know the difference there? DeAndre also has a certificate of completion too.
Yeah, the certificate of completion is like it's not a high school diploma because they're not able to complete the curriculum that the school district has in place to receive an actual high school diploma. But a
Mhm.
certificate of completion just states that they did go through the school process, that they did participate in the testing, and they did receive credit for going to those classes and moving through the system. That's what they told me his certificate of completion would be for.
Just want to add for some parents, it's not a bad thing. If your child has to have a certificate of completion, and that's usually because we as parents we know what our children are capable of, and if they get a actual diploma, that they would lose a lot of the resources, that they already have because they figure, okay, they can go through life, or they can go through school or get in college. But yeah, I
Exactly.
like you, DeAndre is level 3, and I knew, yep, and I really wasn't gonna push that. Give him that certificate, and let's continue.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mm.
I want to also stress to parents to get the conservatorship. And here out here in California is conservatorship. I believe other places can be called guardianship.
Yeah,
But I
here's
think it's very important for parents to have that in place because you're still able to make um decisions for them. When Mikale was getting ready to turn 18, I was told I could maybe wouldn't be able to participate in his IEP or anything else that he might have needed. And him being nonverbal, I knew that wasn't an option. So I think it's very important for us to let parents know how important getting conservatorship of your child, even when they're an adult, is very important to still be involved in the services that they'll need during
yeah,
their life.
yep, yep. And you are there every step of the way to make sure nobody is pulling something over them. Yeah,
Yes,
yep.
I recently saw Holly Robinson Pete doing an interview, and
I
she said if the schools don't cringe when they see you're coming, you're not doing a good
do
job.
it
And
right.
so I felt I was one of those parents like, hey, this
Mm,
needs to change, or, we need to have an emergency IEP because certain things, I'm not comfortable with. So I
mhm,
think it's very important for us to continue to speak up and just let them know, like, hey, we know you're school officials, but, this is our life. This is our job. We're doing this every day.
yep.
So our input needs to
It's very
be
important.
included just as much as your opinion.
Mhm. So now that Mikhail is an adult, um, share some of the challenges and some of the victories, some of those great moments as an adult you have with them now.
Okay, challenges, I would say maybe lack of services for adults. That's a
Mm,
big problem I'm finding. Keeping, having appropriate programs for him. I think a
Mm,
lot of the programs here I'm finding are like babysitting programs.
okay.
And I think that there should be more opportunities for adults on the spectrum. I'm having difficulty finding appropriate programs for him at this age. So I'd say that's one of the big difficulties now, just finding an appropriate program for him to learn a skill or to even master a skill and to possibly go into an employment opportunity.
Yeah.
So I'd say that was one of the biggest challenges. One of the biggest victories. I'm just proud of Mikhail and his what he's been able to do.
Hmm.
He can calm himself down a lot easier. He has a lot more words. He can communicate his needs much better. He can basically let me know what he wants. He can't say, Mom, I want to go to the mall, but
Right.
he can just say, Mom, Target, please, which is a big deal for me because when he was younger, he had no words. So just him learning to become himself. He does not use the noise canceling headphones. He's able to tolerate noise. He's able to tolerate big crowds. We
Mhm.
can basically go to any event, and he's pretty much well behaved. So I'm just so thankful for those victories and just seeing him growing into a man from my baby into an actual
Mhm.
grown man. I think that's one of my greatest accomplishments, just seeing his growth as an individual on the autism spectrum and as a young Black man.
Yeah. Yeah. So now, did he like school? Do you think he enjoyed
I think
school?
he did like school. There were days when he would get off the bus, he would be a little irritated. And most of those days, they'd send a note letting me know, he didn't have a good day, or maybe a student in him might have gotten into it in the class. But overall, I would say that he did like going to school and riding the school bus with his peers.
Okay. So for you, what was it like during that transition from school age to adulthood? Was it a hard transition, or
I
would
think
you say?
the older he got, it became a
Mhm.
little easier because I think when they first start, we have to remember we deal with a lot as parents, but they deal with a lot as being individuals on the spectrum. So I think with Mikhail, as he got older, he learned this is how things do work. If I want to go to the store, I have to have a certain type of behavior. I can't scream, I can't yell. I think just me not treating him as he has a disability helped him adjust in society, because in this world we know there's going to be noise, there's going to be events. You have to kind of have a certain type of etiquette to be accepted into certain environments.
Yeah.
So I think the older autistic individuals get, it's like they learn the routine of the world. Like, this is what I have to do to survive out here. It's nice to have the comfort of your home, but when you're out in the world, there are things that you have to deal with being on the spectrum. And I think he's done a really good job of that.
What would you say, getting into Mikhail's mind, what would you say he would like people to know? What do you think he himself would like people to know as um, a semi-verbal autistic adult male in this world we are in?
That's a great question. I have to think about that for a moment. Um, Well, first of all, I think that he wants them to know he is Mikhail. He wants them, I think he would want them to see him before the disability. And I think a lot of people see disabled people, their disability first, and then they see the person second. So I think that he would want people to see him first as Mikhail, then as an autistic adult. I think he would love for people to know that he's loved by his family and that he's supported by his family. My family has been a big support to myself and Mikkel on this journey.
Awesome.
So I think those were things that he would like for people to know about him. And that he loves Winnie the Pooh. And that he
Oh, that's
loves
his
to sing
favorite.
old school R&B. He
Okay.
loves
Now,
music.
now, does he have a hard time when you're out? I know you guys go to lunch often, and he seems to do really good. But are there problems when you go out, or he's always kind of chill?
Actually when he's with me, he's pretty chill. There
Mm,
have been times where he might go to lunch with his sister, and she says that he might be a little defiant because he might not want to go, say where she wanted to eat. So I know
okay.
he can be defiant with other people, but for me, for the most part, I think he just really enjoys our time together. But if I do see that he is not having a good day, then we'll normally kind of just stay around the house. I don't try to force him to do anything. If he does just say stay, sometimes if we do run errands, he might just say stay. So I might let him stay in the car and I'll run in CVS real quick. So he will let me know if I don't want to go in the store, mom, or I want to just stay at home. And pretty much through his body language. And then I'll just say, okay, Mikhail, we'll just, kind of chill today.
Okay. All right. So now we know, well, I think I know that Mikhail was your inspiration for starting your advocacy for autism. Is it advocacy for autism?
Advocating for autism.
Advocating for autism.
Yes.
So what would you want? Um, what is your mission? I know you want to start a nonprofit, or you're in the process of starting a nonprofit. Tell us about tell us about that.
Yes, we're in the process of starting advocating for autism. I'm just waiting for the final paperwork to come back from the IRS. We have been determined to be eligible for the 501
Right.
nonprofit. So we just have, I believe, the attorney general paperwork to finish up. But
Okay.
my goal is to assist parents, caregivers, on this journey of autism, through support, through hopefully donations. I've been working with some companies that are willing to donate some products for our individuals on autism, hopefully to
Okay.
get those to parents that might need help and resources. I'd like to have possibly a back to school event, help parents ensure that their child has what they need to have a successful school year. I'd like to maybe have some fundraising events to raise money to donate to other organizations such as yourself, and just to be a bright light and encourage parents who are on this journey to stick with it. That if we all work together, we can
Yes.
ensure that this world will include our family members on the autism spectrum fully in this world. So that's what my goal is to do for the autism community, the parents and the caregivers, and just be a beacon of hope and encouragement for those that are on this journey, because I know it can be very tough. But
Yeah.
to know that there's someone or an organization there to help you along the way gives people hope. And that's what I hope to do for other individuals that are on this journey as well.
Is this the sister?
Yes, that's my daughter Simone. I believe
Mikale.
she followed you. She's such a big supporter of ours, and she was the one that actually got me to start our TikTok, Mikale and Mommy. And
Yeah.
so she's on at work, I believe, but she was going to try to join to show her support for her mom and her brother. So hi, babe.
He love those chicken strips. I like that. And
Yes,
Teresa says, what part of California are you from?
we're in Pasadena, California.
Teresa, are you close to Pasadena? We have quite a few people from California. Stop, down, sit, my dog. Get get down. We have quite a few people from California. But yeah, I think that is beautiful. And like it takes community.
Yes.
Um, if enough of us get together, do things, wherever you are, to help spread awareness, I think that is absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Yana B is on, and she
I
said,
love her too. Why be awesome? She's such a
"Uh-huh,
big
yeah,
supporter
Yana
and
B.
advocate. I love her as well.
Hi, Jamel.
Hi,
Thank you for
Janelle.
joining us." She says, "Mikale is handsome.
Oh, thank
Congratul-
you.
Congratulating you on your degree."
Oh,
Brian,
thank you.
Brian
Oh, and
says,
that's my brother. My
"Well,
brother-in-law.
hi, brother."
Hi, bro. Thank you for your support.
So I guess Yana B, when you were talking about the problems you were having with the school, she says that's why she homeschooled. Have you ever thought about homeschooling?
No, at the time, I just thought that that was the best place for Mikhail. I was working full time at the time, and that's what worked for my schedule. I think that's when I found out the first time about them not doing speech therapy. I really like that kind of made me wake up and say, I need to stay on top of this more. So I did keep him in public school the whole way. Probably if I had another option, could have thought about homeschooling, but that's what worked for us at that
Yeah,
time.
yeah. Hi, Dr. Vertanji. Dr. Vertanji is another one. She does wonderful work around the community here in the Metro Detroit area. She has an autistic son also, and I believe he's 20, if I'm not mistaken. Let's
Oh,
see.
thank you.
Yeah. Oh, Teresa says, I am 7 hours away from Southern. Okay. You guys are in different areas.
Okay.
Um, I think you're in Modesto? Is that how you pronounce it?
Okay, yeah,
Teresa?
she's quite a ways. Yeah, that's pretty far from us.
Okay, we have Kim Ray. This is another one of your
Oh,
cheerleaders.
that's my sister.
My sister.
Hello,
That's right.
sister.
That's right. Support, support. That's beautiful. Hey, Candy, how are you?
Hello, Candy.
And Teresa says yes. So anyone, if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat. You are more than welcome. Candy says, how's everyone doing? I'm doing okay.
I'm doing well.
So how when Mikhail is around others, does he communicate well or he kind of, shuts down?
Yeah, he'll
Yeah.
shut down.
Okay.
He'll do more of the echolalia.
Okay.
With me or his siblings or my family, he'll, I guess, try to communicate. I still have to even tell him, we're leaving my mom's house. Mikhail, you have to say bye. It's not like he'll do it on his own.
Okay.
So I would say that he has more words with me, but as far as expressive speech, no. And I
No.
think that's where, they were saying the nonverbal would come in because
Yeah.
he's not going to start a conversation, or if a stranger approaches him, he's just going to look down or away. He won't try to communicate on his own at all.
Um, yeah, I sit back and look at DeAndre. I just stare at him because although he will talk, if he'll try his best. But I wish there was that where I could have an actual conversation, with him.
I miss that too. And
Yeah,
I think just on this journey, I've just learned to accept,
yeah.
the small things.
Mhm.
He has said like a whole sentence to me, which floored me.
Wow.
And so I'm glad that I have at least that. So I would love to, like yourself, to have the conversation. But, for him to say anything, I'm just blessed because I
Yeah.
can remember, I always wondered what his voice sounded like when he was younger.
Mhm.
So to now actually hear his voice or hear him say words, I'm, really excited for that.
So now well, I've asked you, um, what do you think Mikhail would want everyone to know about his autism? What would you, as a mother, want the world to know about this journey, about autism, about being understood? What would you want to say?
I like to say that on this journey, it's been very difficult, but it's also been very rewarding. I've learned that I do have strength and that I do have power, and that God saw something in me to allow me to be Mikhail's mother. I didn't see that strength in myself, but over the years I've learned, like, I am a strong woman. I am a fighter. And it gives me so much joy to see the hard work that myself and my family have put in to who Mikhail has become. To that doctor that said I couldn't do it, I did do it. And I'm still continuing to do it. And I will continue to fight for Mikhail as long as I
Right?
have my body.
That's
And
right.
I want to fight for all of our children and adults because they deserve someone to fight for them, because they deserve respect, they deserve support, they
Mhm.
deserve inclusion, they deserve love. And
Yes.
so I'm here to tell you it's very difficult, but you can do this. You got it. And I
Mhm.
know there are days you feel like you don't or you can't. But
Yep.
I'm here to tell you 31 years I've been on this journey, and I would not change it for the world. Even the really hard times, because it just shows you how strong you are to get through something like that, and to stand up every day and to smile and see my son is doing as well as he could. It makes it all worth it.
All worth it.
Yes.
All worth it.
And I
So,
just wanted to say also
oh,
really quick to you,
mhm.
on the videos of you, people commenting negatively about your videos. I hate that. And I just want you to know, keep posting. We love your videos, and we're so inspired by you and DeAndre. So keep going. And I'm just sorry that that has happened to you
But
and DeAndre.
I knew, once the page started to grow a little bit, that was going to come with the territory. And I I've been told to shut up, just block. But sometimes, I read something and I just gotta respond. But right after I respond, I say, let me hurry up and block. Let me hurry. Stop letting it get to me. I try my best. But they can say some of the most evil things. The most evil things. I've had someone tell me, like you said, the regional, he needs to be put away. Why would you come over here and say that?
That's
It's
just so hurtful.
yes. And it's yeah.
That just goes to show we still have just some more work to do, just to show these
Yes, a
ignorant
lot more.
people
A lot
that,
more.
yes, they deserve to be included. And I'm just sorry that that is, people are out there like that. And I thought, since she's like blowing up, I think they say when you get big, that's when the haters come. But
That's
you
when
handle it
attraction.
always with grace, and I'm just still so proud of you for,
I'm trying.
you're doing a great job. You are doing a great job.
Candy says, how do you deal with the stresses of having to do it all? Because the father just don't understand in her situation. What advice would you give to Candy?
Well, I'm also a single mother. Um, I've had Mikhail by myself my whole life. I do rely on respite. I do get a break for respite. Um, and then when I do get a time, I do take time for myself. If it's just to read a book or to maybe go get a manicure. I know it can be frustrating because the father is not involved, but all I could say is maybe just pray about it. that's what I did. I became very angry at times with my ex-husband because I felt he could have done more. But when Mikkel walked across that stage at 18, I just kind of let it go because I knew I had done the best job I could, and it's really his loss. So
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Candy, that you're going through that. But I just kind of learned to worry about myself and my children at the time. And I couldn't worry about him not being involved. It was unfortunate that he wasn't, but I did the best I could, and I just hope that does get better for you. But try not to maybe dwell on the person not being there. I know it's hard because you're on your own, but I just prayed a lot, cried a lot. But I did take part in respite or times I could get a break. Don't pass those up if you do have someone maybe that can assist you. Um, I guess that's what I could say for myself. That's what worked. I hope everything does work out for you. But
Mhm.
just take that time for yourself if you're able to, and then really look into respite, the regional center. I know churches in some areas offer respite for special needs parents. So I think it's just about doing your research to see maybe what is around you that could be helpful.
You good advice. So now, if you, I gotta remember how to say this. If you knew then what you know now, what would you have done differently after the diagnosis?
I think I would have looked into more than just public education. I think I would have looked more into maybe homeschooling or different programs. Um, I think I would have asked for more services in his IEP instead of allowing them in the beginning to tell me 30 minutes for this or 20 minutes for that. I think I would have changed that. And I would have probably got Mikkel involved in more music type therapy since he does love music. I know
Yeah,
that now. I
old
think I would
school.
have put him into more music type therapies,
Okay.
things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what advice? Now you gave some, doing it on your own advice, but what advice would you give someone who just doesn't know anything? They just found out the diagnosis. Where do they start? Where would you tell them to start? And what are some of the things they should do right now, now that they got the diagnosis?
I'd reach out to the school district immediately or some type of regional center to see what programs were available for my child. And I'd sign them up for every program. Um, I would also think that I would oh my gosh, probably looked into maybe some more support type groups to maybe get some more information. I'd go there for like a support group.
Mhm.
Um, Ordering books. I can't tell you enough to get books on autism and read. Those are really great resources. And maybe just to see if I could find other parents in the area to see what they might be experiencing and see if they could offer me any advice. It's been so long. I'm so sorry. I
That's
think I'd start
okay. You're
there.
doing good.
I think I'd
Okay.
start there. Thank you.
Now, what would you, now that he's an adult, what would you like to share with parents transitioning where their child is transitioning into adulthood? What would you like them to know? If,
Please get conservatorship because without that, your child is basically on their own. They'll
Mhm.
have to make their decisions about everything. If your child's at that level and you feel comfortable, fine. But if your child's more like maybe my son, Mikhail, non-vert, doesn't talk and can't really understand how to open a checking account or how to go pay bills, how to pay rent. I would definitely say please get conservatorship so you can still be the main person that's there as your child's advocate for their life. I would definitely tell them that. And everyone has their own choice about keeping your child at home. I don't want to put Mikkel in a home.
Mhm.
So I definitely would tell them, kind of think of what, where you are with your level. Some parents will put their child in a home, and I don't say I don't condone that, but for me, I don't want that.
Right.
So I would, tell them maybe to look at kind of the level their child is at to make the decision for them as an adult. Would they be better staying at home, or would they be better in a maybe group setting at a home? I think it's up to the individual parent.
Mhm. And depends on the situation, I guess, at home.
Right. But I
Candy
know
said,
that's a big fear for us.
yes,
What's going to happen to our children when we're gone?
yeah. That is number one fear. What's
Yeah.
going to happen?
So ensuring that, there's a plan in place is
Hmm.
also very important to have when they are going into adulthood. Because as we know, no one lives forever, but you want to have something in place for them to transition.
Yeah. Candy says, my son dad only had him 2 weeks and he acts like it is so extra for his lifestyle. I don't know why some men, not going to say all, but yeah, some men just can't handle, you know, can't
I
handle
don't,
it,
Mikhail's father's never had him 2 weeks.
really.
No.
Mhm.
So I know she's like, please, 2 weeks is nothing because she's done it. But I agree with you.
Mhm.
Some men, not all,
Mhm.
just I don't know if they can't handle it or they don't want to handle it or if it's an embarrassment. I don't know. I don't really care to figure it out, but I'm just sorry that, she's going through that. 'Cause I know it could just be tough being a single mom,
Yeah, yeah, it really
especially
can.
to a, especially to a, individual on the autism spectrum.
Mhm. Well, this was a nice conversation. Do you have anything else you'd like to share about starting up your nonprofit? Please share your, I'm going to type it in here, your Facebook page. Let me see if I can pull it up so I can get the exact link. Tell everybody where they can find you and Mikhail. Let me see
Okay.
if I can pull it up.
Mikhail, can you come here, please? Let's see, so he can say hi to everyone.
Okay, I'm pulling up your page so I can get to grab the link.
Here. Here's my guy.
Let me see. Let me see. Hey, Mikhail.
Say hi.
So,
Say hello, everyone.
I know.
Hello. He's so mellow. I love that R&B. Got to play slow. You be jamming.
Say thank you.
I said, thank you.
Okay, let me see if I advocating for Octa. Here it is. Let me pull that up. Go ahead, share. Let everybody know the name of your page and how to
Okay.
follow you.
Advocating for Autism. We're on Facebook. 2026, we should have all the paperwork for advocating for autism nonprofit. And we are also on TikTok, Mikale and Mommy. You can follow us there as well. We're on those platforms currently, but I will announce when we actually are officially a nonprofit, and I'll be announcing our first event that we'll have once all of that is done. So look forward to that. I'll post that on TikTok and the Facebook page advocating for autism.
Yep, and I just put it in the chat. So you
Okay.
guys make sure you give them a follow. And we are going to look forward to you announcing your nonprofit and getting things together. We're going to have to all get up meet up in the middle somewhere and have a
Yes.
big shindig. Uh,
That's what I was saying. I want
mhm.
that's one of my hopes for all of us moms to connect
Yes,
and to meet in
yes,
person. So I'm glad you said that because I'm thinking the same thing and it is going to happen.
yep. We're gonna make it happen. We are going
And
to
thank
make
you
it
so
happen.
much for giving us this platform to
You
talk
are so welcome.
about our journey and our life with autism and what we're planning to do. So I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being so
You're so
inspiring
welcome.
to
I'm
me and
gonna
so many
wait for the
other
day I can
moms.
be on yours. I'll
Oh,
wait.
yes. Yes. Obvious. Yes. Absolutely. Thank you
Yep.
so much. You
It
are
takes
so wonderful.
community. It takes
Yes, I
community
agree.
and all of us coming together. It's all about sharing our journeys and spreading awareness because people have to know our babies are out there in the world. Um,
Yes.
and it's still so many people have so much to learn.
Yes,
So,
I totally agree.
mhm.
But
All
thank
right.
you so much. You are such a beautiful spirit. Thank you again. You and
You are so welcome.
DeAndre enjoy your weekend, and I'll keep commenting and liking your videos.
Yep, same here. Thank
Okay.
you. All
Thank
right,
you.
everybody.
Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for your support. I love you guys.
Good night.
Good night.